everybody, how you all doing? I hope you all doing well. My name is Paradise and welcome to the Paradise League Tournament cycle number 2. We're here starting off with Busk no GG against Brigada, and I'm joined here by Easy Volkan aka John and Trolte. Gentlemen, how you doing? And lady, sorry, excuse me, gentlemen and lady, how you doing today?
Doing good, thank you.
Yeah, I'm doing fine once again. Looking forward to being in the caster seat once again with some help on this Saturday, in contrast to how it was last Saturday. And excited to see these two teams once again battle head to head. We've already gotten some experience seeing them in the last cycle, and just looking forward to seeing what they bring to the table this weekend and going forward.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. These are all names that we know well.
That is true.
Absolutely.
Well,
I mean, these are
can
two
take it over
strong
from here.
teams.
And lady, I am sorry, but we've never had a female
No,
on the cast
Jesus.
before. This is the first time. So,
No worries.
it's good to have
I don't take
everybody
offense.
here with such a talent. But yeah, we are very honored to have you. Anyways, you guys can take it over from here. Let's go on with the game.
Thank you.
I've actually sat in the casting chair with you before, if I'm not mistaken, Trulta. Do you remember this? It was
I do
probably
remember
like
this.
1 or 2 years ago. And I can't remember exactly which tournament it was for, but we've been in this situation before, and it was fun then, and I'm sure it's going to be a great time this go around. So, looking forward to hearing your insight on the game, and just bouncing off some ideas between the two of us, and just figuring out, trying to read these teams. But jumping into the meat of the game, right? We've got from Busk no GG, banning out the Devourer. Okay, Monkey King and Draconis, yeah, I get. Those are some pretty meta heroes right now. But what you got has done this in the last cycle as well against Daunova Brigada. And I'm not sure who the Devo star is over there. But,
I think it's the squad bomb guy, and I mean Devo is the #1 picked hero in the game right now in TMM.
it is, yeah. And it's actually always been that way historically, if I'm
Yep.
not mistaken.
Yeah, but I think it's the squad bomb guy. I think that's Sunk Bob, if I'm not wrong. I think that's Sunk Bob, and he loves to play Devo. He's just having fun with it.
Yeah, and there's something about that hook mechanic that always that's really interesting. Allows for some very big plays with the long range displacement of an enemy hero. But for some reason, we've got other heroes that have hooks in the game. We've got Gauntlet, we've got Prisoner, but for some reason, Devourer just rises above all the rest. Probably because he's just a classic.
He's the OG.
But enough about Devo. We've got to talk about we've got to talk about the fact that Daunova Brigada denying what you got the ability to play Ophelia. Of course, we've seen him do work with this hero, and then they take out Kraken and Magmus, two really strong popular initiator heroes. Enough said about that. Don't really need to go into it. Everybody understands why. What you got brings out the Nymphora first pick. I love this hero. It's just fantastic in all stages of the game. Lane sustain, huge line stun, and then just global teleport, forcing your opponents to just keep that factor in mind as soon as she hits level 6 for the rest of the game. And believe me, it has caught some people off
guard.
Yeah, off guard. Thank you. I wanted to work in the word surprise there, but it just wasn't working out. Yeah, caught tons of teams off guard, and we've seen it happen. And so it's just always something that they have to be mindful of. And then we've got the engineer and rally pick, two heroes that I love to see. That engineer pick, high likelihood that it's going to be piloted by Puppet Soul. We know that he plays it, but there's at least one other NG player on the other team. And then Rally is just a really, really star second support position 4 hero. Works extremely well on side lanes, but we have seen it played in the solo position as well. And then we've got Hag and Corrupted Disciple, two really, really strong solo heroes. Wretched Hag, no doubt, going to be played by Satellidium in the mid lane probably, and then Corrupted Disciple probably going to be played by Busk, Pro Busk over there.
We banned, well, not we, but what you got banned Prisoner as well. He doesn't like hookers.
Oh, I see that. Yeah. I was just about to get into the bans, but yeah, we've got Puppet Soul's taking out the Balfagor Tundra and Deadwood, and I like those bans. I believe it wasn't. Busk no GG. Pardon me 1 second. Busk no GG brought out the Balfagor against
Team Tim.
Team Tim, and actually took a game off of them in their series. So that was a really, really kind of interesting ban that we just see right here. But we know that they can use it to their advantage. And then Tundra and Deadwood makes sense. Strong ganking heroes. Tundra. I'm sorry. Yeah, keep going.
Yeah, trying to, since you mentioned Balfagor, this is not really a Balfagor lineup, I think. So, because Balfagor you want to play with the push, right? And then Nymph, Wretched, Hag, and Corrupted I don't really see as a real push lineup as much. It's more of a split up.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Balfagor maybe not fitting exactly into their lineup, but whenever they did run it, they did have somebody solo it short. And so we know that Balfagor was the solo short in that game, but I can't remember who exactly was piloting the hero. As there is a slight roster change from last time we watched that, right? Isn't Doze new?
I think it was the guy that it was instead of Doze. The League or something was his name.
Mm-hmm. You're right. Absolutely.
Yeah, that was the guy.
But they have completed.
Yeah, full roster now. Let's see.
Behemoth and Pharaoh rounding it out. Really, really strong AoE synergy there. Good solo hero with the Pharaoh. Pharaoh, one of those heroes that doesn't really require items at all to function, just needs to hit level 6 in a solo lane. They can start making some big plays. Behemoth, you love to see it, just that one item hero, patiently acquiring that 2,250 gold slowly throughout the course of the game. Going to be starting, then we're going to see some bonks on the heads. And then we've got Glacius, Pebbles, and Madman on the side of Daunova Brigada. So three very, very strong heroes in their own right. Pebbles very likely to go into the mid lane. I'm not sure if you agree. And then I kind of read a 2-1-2 situation, maybe Engineer Rally, Glacius, Madman.
It might be a tri-lane with the Madman. Glacius is phenomenal in a tri-lane. 1 Q slows 3 people and takes 120 damage off them. It's pretty nice. I was quite curious to see the Pharaoh pick against already picked Rally. You have a free tablet to get out of that.
Yeah, that is good. Yeah, Rally is a pretty natural hero counter with his kit to Pharaoh, but Pharaoh not the only hero they have to worry about on that side, but you're absolutely right. I mean, that's why Rally functions so well in a tri-lane too, right? I mentioned that I like him as a position 4, but before we get too deep into the game, we've got to talk about the sponsors for this tournament, guys, and providing the proceeds for the tournament. And so the tournament here is brought to you by Community Gaming and Polydoge. Okay, so Polydoge is a digital currency with one of the most vibrant communities on the powerful Polygon network. It offers a wide variety of fun interactions to its holders in the form of NFTs, apps, airdrops, and access to different DeFi platforms ready to use on Polygon. So experience it yourself at polydoge.com. And then also we need to talk about Community Gaming. They run weekly tournaments for Valorant, Super Smash Bros., Hearthstones, and other games. They're an all-in-one platform that helps supercharge events of all levels, just like the one that you see here, from community grassroots tournaments to those tier 1 mega tournaments, professional tournaments that you see. So go to communitygaming.io to experience it for yourself or join their Discord to learn more. And keep in mind, guys, we've got a $10,000 prize at the end of this tournament, split in, I think it's 8,000 to first place, 2,000 to second place, as it stands right now. But there is a potential for a higher prize pool if the sponsors for the league actually get more activity from you guys that are watching. So make sure that you go to check out those links, create accounts, and just check out everything. So make sure that you type !ad, that's !AD in the chat, or check the panels on the channel. So back to the game. I feel like I've almost missed some action. We do exactly have Pebbles versus Pharaoh in the mid lane, and we've got a 2-1-2 from the Hellborn side going against this tri-lane of Nymphora Corrupted Behemoth. So they have to be careful, and I already see Engineer up here in the top lane with very, very low health, so he certainly needs to be careful. And then we've got this solo Wretched Hag in the bottom lane versus Glacius and Madman. So, any predictions? Oh, Pebbles in the mid lane is so low.
The first thing I see is that both Glacius and Rally have each their Samos, which means that Glacius basically can't really TP top because it's kind of useless. Oh, but that was a very close, almost kill on the Hag bottom. I was about to say they probably can't kill him, and then he drops that low.
Yeah, I am missing a little bit of this, but yes, Hag certainly needs to be careful. And Pebbles brings out a health potion against himself and Pharaoh. So Pharaoh giving a lot of heat to Pebbles here in the mid lane. But we do have a port into the bottom lane. Nymphora assisting Wretched Hag here. As Glacius trying to control the lane with the medium camp pulling it. Nymphora going over to contest. But now it's a 2v2 in both top and bottom. Corrupted Disciple Behemoth versus Rally Engie. Rally stuns onto the Corrupted. There is a wall, but Engineer lands the keg, and now the Conduit is on Rally. Corrupted Disciple and Behemoth pushing forward, but the Mine pushes them back.
Talking about the mid lane, Pharaoh is a phenomenal 1v1 hero.
He is, and just speaking about the strength of his hero, I mean, let's look at this creep score. It's actually very even. So Pebbles not having the worst time. Pebbles maybe with a slight advantage because of the his high attack damage. Actually has creep score of 12 and 3 versus 12 and 0 of Pharaoh. So just a slight lead. But we did see Pebbles take a lot of damage. He actually had to spend 100 gold to pull out an early. Oh, Wretched Hag getting gone in the bottom lane has to blink away. But you're right about that Tundra Blast, dealing a lot of damage for a level 1 ability. 110 damage on a level 1 ability with a massive radius, as you mentioned.
Yeah, that's why I thought they would maybe do a trial in and then run the Rally solo or something, but they...
In top lane, Corrupted Disciple in the red, but he golden apples and uses the power supply to get up. And now Engineer, a little bit taking a lot of heat from Behemoth, but is Behemoth in no man's land as Rally turns around, has the stun ready. Engineer with the follow-up keg gets him deep out of position, and Behemoth is going to be the first to fall in the game and give up the Bloodlust. So now Engineer and Rally with a strong gold advantage in the top lane. We'll see exactly how this propagates forward as we head into the middle of this laning phase, almost 4 minutes in. Pharaoh with the wall. Pebbles with the toss back, has the haste in bottle. Pharaoh in a lot of trouble. This could be a big kill for Pharaoh. But Pebbles getting stuck by the creeps. Can Pharaoh get to the tower in time? Pebbles with the push forward, has the toss ready. And Pebbles really scared, has to get... The tower damage is almost going to finish him off. That haste rune certainly saving his life as he gens up from the bottle. But Rally, no time to take a break. Rally going in on Behemoth. The keg misses on Behemoth. Corrupted Disciple trying to make a push on Engineer. The Mine does a little bit of damage to Behemoth, but he is going to walk home surely. Or actually, he is lingering around. Looks like he's bringing out a health potion with his courier. But in the bottom lane, Nymphora taking a lot of heat from Madman, but now Madman turning his attention to Hag, who blinks away. So we still have the only hero kill in the game. A lot of excitement, but still only one kill. I mean, that mid lane kill. Pebbles with that unfortunate creep blocks, having that haste rune. I mean, my gosh, you could smell the kill on Pharaoh, right?
Yeah. And the Pharaoh barely missed his wall there. If he would have grabbed him in the wall, that would have been a dead Pebbles.
Yeah,
so close.
Conduit comes out onto Engineer, who has a double damage. Rally compels onto Corrupted. Corrupted Disciple is going to fall, so it's now 2-0 in favor of Rally Engineer versus Behemoth Corrupted Disciple. So how does Busk No GG turn this around in the top lane? Pebbles going hard on Pharaoh, misses the toss onto Pharaoh, tosses a creep instead, so doesn't get the extra damage. But both of these heroes now in the middle lane have their level 6. Obviously, Pharaoh probably could make an argument that he has the stronger ulti now that he's level 6, so we'll see. And it's a very short cooldown, not one of those ones that you want to hang on to. Want to make a play with it.
If he gets a top rune or something, he could just go get a gank there onto the Engineer. Engineer dies very fast. Just get on top of him. But you somehow have to dodge the rally compel.
Yeah, as you mentioned, he kind of gets that free tablet to remove an enemy hero or an ally hero from the Pharaoh wall. So, going to need to get some fortunate timing to play around that compel cooldown to secure a kill, probably. But certainly, Pharaoh, I would say he is the one to make a play at this point for his teammates. His team is struggling a bit, right? They're down 1,300 gold. It's 2-0 in favor of Daunova Brigada. So Pharaoh really needing to make something happen. Maybe it could be up to Behemoth as well. You know, he's level 2. Obviously, you know, died once, each of them in the top lane, corrupted in Behemoth, you know, but Behemoth, a well placed wall, certainly something that could set up a kill, perhaps in the bottom lane on Glacius or Madman, or even in the mid lane on Pebbles.
Yeah.
So we'll see if he decides to move from the top lane to see if he can find something for his team. But they are down right now, so you know, now that we've got this engineer with 350 gold per minute, 2-0 score, and Madman having a pretty decent time at 325 in the bottom lane, you know, what would you like to see these two heroes kind of build into as they round out the end of the lane phase and kind of transition into the mid game phase?
Well, whenever I see a madman, I just think give him some farm and he takes Congar for free. It's one of the nice things about the madman. They have a decent split of magical, physical. Oh, mid lane.
Oh,
It's
yes.
a wall.
Yep. Corrupted Disciple actually is the one to port and trying to set up the gank. The Wrath of the Pharaoh comes out on Pebbles, and Corrupted Disciple is the one that cleans up the last hit, so certainly going to help him bounce back from that difficult top lane.
He's building an astrolabe on the
Uncorrupted,
corrupted.
yeah.
Yeah, we've seen that a lot.
Yeah, Corrupted Disciple, one of these heroes, I actually really like it. I'm not sure, you know, your exact feelings on it after you mention it, but how do you feel about it?
I feel like you want to buy something that helps you farm, but if you want to fight, then by all means. I mean, you have, as you mentioned, the short cooldown on the Pharaoh, so you have a possibility to fight a lot. You also have the Newerth TV bottom lane.
Yep, in the bottom lane, Wretched Hag taking a lot of heat, has the blink on cooldown. Just 2 more auto attacks are going to finish her off, so Madman and Glacius get that kill on the Wretched Hag in the bottom lane. Newerth did have the haste there, so they thought they could make a play. Just unfortunately, Madman having a bit of a better time throughout the course of the lane phase. It's fairly
Almost
beefy.
400 GPM on that.
Yeah, and he's got some very nice laning items. There's Rally and Engineer now, you know, dominating that top lane, now being very patient, lingering here at the mid lane, seeing if they can set up a kill, but it was sighted the whole time. Nice little ward from what you got at the top lane, protecting his mid lane. And Pharaoh, you know, level 7 Pharaoh up here at the top lane, kind of just hanging out, seeing if he might be able to pick somebody off, but unfortunately with Rally there, right?
Yeah, they swapped it out because I guess they realized that
Fisher stun, but not going to be able to do anything on Pebbles. Just a little scare stun.
it appears they just swapped out the corrupted since he can't really lane top with the double stun. He just dies too fast, so.
I kind of like it.
Yeah, I don't mind it at all. If your lane is not working out, swap it out.
Sure. And, you know, they're down, but they're not down that much, right? Steam Boots finished on Madman, a very important item to get in your inventory. He's going to go on Hag. The pod comes out, the stun, and blasted Madman off of the mat. Wretched Hag links onto the Glacius, and it is a 2-for-0 exchange. And Rally and Pebbles, the toss comes out, Rally gets the stun off, the Fisher comes out. Corrupted Disciple taking auto attacks now. Gonna get finished off by the Rally Pebbles punch. Behemoth and Pharaoh here comboing together on the Behemoth, but Behemoth is the one that's in trouble, takes the Compel stun, gets finished off. A nice little stun comes out on Rally. Rally taking a lot of damage. The Compel far away from being able to be used, and the wall catches Pebbles to finish him off. So a very nice swing in favor of Busk no GG. Evening up this kill count, what was once a 1,500 gold lead in favor of Daunova Brigada, now lessened to about 500. And they get some big kills on, I had to go through the chat to see exactly who got those kills, but 3-0 Pharaoh. Yeah, Pebbles, important kill.
Yep. It's kind of sad that Corrupted died again. it kind of stops his farm a little bit. He's sitting on very little farm, unfortunately, at this point in the game, like compared to the Madman, who you said had finished his
Madman
boots.
takes the stun, takes the haunt, takes a little bit of pod damage, but Wretched Hag, the one that needs to watch out. He's got the blink up. So probably, but now he's very low on mana, very low on HP. Madman trying to make the flank play, but deciding to go away. And Wretched Hag the same. Starts walking back to base. Engineer looking to try and flank Pharaoh. Tosses the turret to no avail. There are 3 in the top lane here. And I missed the kill onto Nymphora, who stepped out of position in the bottom lane. So Madman and Glacius getting a nice little kill on Nymphora. No doubt, if I didn't see it, but really, what do you think about this ward placed here in the bottom lane by Glacius? Like in front of the defense tower.
You see the teepees.
Yeah, I love it. I love it, right? It's out of,
Yeah.
because you got Slasty Red on Nymphora placing a Rev Ward in the lane because he's going against Madman, of course. So there's this nice little placement that avoids that. And like you said, gives some nice vision of the TPs. Glacius and Madman.
Wrong lane, dude.
Yeah, contesting. Nymphora just taking a nice imprisonment, healing up with the pod. Rally kind of lingering over here in the river.
They don't
Just looking
see
to set
him.
something up. Yeah, they don't. You're right. Thank you for calling that out. And Behemoth. Now it's a 3v3 in the bottom, so we've got to keep our eyes peeled down here. Could be
They
a play.
see him. He
They see
might
this
have walked.
board.
No, they're 4 bottom, but they only know that they're 3, but they're still gonna back out because they don't want to fight this, I think. Nah. I mean, they have the Glacial Downpour, so they might be able to if he gets into position, but...
Mhm.
I think this Pebbles is a good kill for Legion right now before he gets a PK. Just keep him down, because he's...
That's true. But you gotta love what Rally's doing right now.
Oh,
The
speaking
Wrath
of-
of the Pharaoh, yeah, does miss. Pharaoh's so beefy with the Steam Boots and the Mystic Vestments right now. I mean, he's not going to be going down very easily at all. But, I'm really a fan of Squad Bomb here on the Rally. And I don't know if he's doing it intentionally necessarily, but it's really just kind of a star situation for him where he is just following this Pharaoh around. He is the hard counter to the Pharaoh initiation, and he's just sticking to Pharaoh right now. So you got to love it, right? Just really, really maximizing his usefulness in this game. But Madman having a great time. He died once, but he's still close to 400 GPM, doing much better than Corrupted Disciple right now as the hard agility carry. He's rounded out his laning setup completely with the Steam Boots, Sackstone, Bottle. A lot of sustain here, lane sustain. But Pharaoh getting gone on by Rally and Engineer, who decide to play defensively, but the Nymphora port is going to surprise them, and Wretched Hag lands the Bat Blast on Engineer, who falls very quickly after burning Energy Field. Rally on his toes to try and escape. The Ice Imprisonment is going to buy him some time, but will the rocket land? No, it is the Psychic Scream, the Sonar Scream first. So a nice little 2-0 kill in the top lane for Busk no GG. 1 for Sate on Hag and 1 for, looks like that was Pharaoh. And the Mind Trap catches a nice little return kill on the Behemoth. Unfortunate story for Behemoth. And Pebbles with the Invis Room is going to be able to quickly pick off an Nymphora. So after that skirmish, all we had to do was wait a little bit, and they kind of get 2 back.
Now, this is where I mentioned the part with Corrupted. He has no farming tool. He's still committing to his Astrolabe. I'm not not gonna say someone that is a professional player for so many years as Busk is doing something wrong, but it confuses me a bit.
I think this is kind of what I might field towards you is, you talk about how do you increase your farm for the game throughout the duration of the game. Yes, of course, farming items help you to that end because you can farm quicker. But one of the ways that you increase your farm, or at least sustain it, is by not dying. That's what I'm thinking he's going for, right?
Yep.
Kind of that not dying strategy, building some beefiness, warding himself against the Pebbles combo that is no doubt going to be coming down on his face at some point. The Rally Compel, just all that stuff. They have a lot of burst. So that Astrolabe going to help him, going to assist his team. Combos really, really nicely, by the way, with the Nymphora as well, wouldn't you say? The AoE heal potential between the pod and the astrolabe. Gonna make for some great swings, but Madman here taking some heat in the bottom lane by Wretched Hag. Draws a port from Rally. Throws down a Rev Ward to try and spot a lane ward. Gonna get spotted by the creep wave. Going deep into no man's land here. He's not underneath a ward, but he's got to be careful if he gets spotted out by Behemoth and Pharaoh. Places a nice ward that's going to end up blocking. Does not block the camp, but gets sided. Missed that kill on Nymphora by Engineer in the top lane, but Pharaoh pressuring Rally very heavily with the haste rune and decides to Wrath of the Pharaoh now that the compel cooldown is down. Going to grab a quick kill on Rally and just scoot at 550 movement speed away.
That was a little bit too quick of a compel from the Rally. If he held on to it, he could have gotten out.
Yeah. But you know, nothing to draw a little bit of a panic ability use, like a hasted level 11 Pharaoh charging at you.
Yeah, I'd be scared too.
But Pharaoh now getting PK'd on by Pebbles, but the combo actually misses. The stalagmites did not connect during the duration of that toss, but Nymphora is here with the flank from the teleport. Engineer has to be careful, but now it's Pebbles who's in a lot of fire. Gets caught by the wall and the Fissure wall. So Pebbles has the portal key now. They know about it, but is unfortunately not able to connect the combo onto his target of choice. Ends up dying himself.
I was looking for them to maybe, because they saw 4 people top, maybe they wanted to do a gank on the Corrupted, but they didn't really. He pushed the lane in, so they couldn't. So that's good. He
And
saw
Pharaoh
it.
gonna bump into Rally here. Uses the wall, but Rally, that natural hero counter, just compels out of it. And now we've got a smoked Engineer pushing forward. Glacius gonna be spotted. They're all aware that they're here. Pharaoh standing in the pod, just so durable. 1600 HP with the Mystic Vestments, just really, really difficult to bring down.
Yeah, the Saxstone as well.
But Nymphora now, do they know that they do know that he's here? He's trying to port out. The turret is going to push him around, but they didn't know exactly where his position was. They were trying to find him, so very, very nicely played by Slasky Ret on Nymphora. Gonna be able to make that escape, and I thought it was all over for him.
We usually you can just call him Slaske, because its whole name is kind of
Slaske,
hard to pronounce. It's a Danish name, so.
Yes,
Slaske.
and I'm just an American
Yeah, I can't
with
even pronounce
with
it
my
properly
yodel
either.
accent.
I can't pronounce it either. In Danish, it has a specific pronunciation, and I'm not gonna butcher it. But Slaske is a nice shortening that works.
Slaske, yeah, I'll go for that.
For your own sake.
Nymphora porting onto Engineer here in the top lane. Engineer burns the tablet early, but Rally is there to push him out if he gets caught by Pharaoh. So a nice little item hero combo now. We've got a tablet on Engineer in the game, and I actually saw a Spell Shards recipe purchase, so I'm wondering if Engineer, probably waiting on his courier to return to base to see that, but we've got a nicely farmed Engineer here, 400 GPM, 4-1 score. Madman, doing his due diligence as well, farming at 420 GPM, has 2,800 gold saved up, so no doubt making a push, I would guess, for the Runed Axe. But you never know. Madman might go a Dawnbringer route, kind of synergizes fairly well. And we do have a tower taken in the mid lane, no defense there, so this is actually the first tower kill of the game.
There's a puzzle box on the Pharaoh now. That's when that gets to level 3. It's gonna be. There's the cleaver, yeah.
Yeah,
on
okay.
Madman as well, as you said. Yeah, I figured as much. He had good farm. Might as well.
Not sure if he has it completed or if that was just the recipe purchased.
Oh, it might be the recipe. I didn't see that either.
He's still holding 1,200 gold, but yeah, see, certainly no doubt going for that cleaver at this point. So
maybe it
looking
changed
for
his
the
mind.
longer game.
Spell shards on the Engineer, as you said. Yep.
Yeah, now we can take a step back and kind of look at some of these items. We have a nice little setup from Wretched Hag. I love the team synergy.
Not a long break though, mid lane.
Yeah, exactly. Pharaoh getting gone on by Pebbles. Engineer doing so much damage with those spell shards now, and there are 4 of them here, so likely no retaliation coming out on the side of Busk, no GG. So a quick, clean kill on the very valuable Pharaoh mid laner. First death of the game. Changes the score from 5-0 to 5-1.
Yeah, that's a big kill. Very big kill. They're fairly quick on their TPs too. The Madman just immediately TP bottom to defend his tower. It's below half HP right here, where Hag's sitting.
What do you think about this? Is he in trouble here if he gets caught by Behemoth and Hag? I feel like Behemoth needs to be on top of him in order to complete the kill.
Do you have counter of this? Yeah, he has a Rev Ward. They need to lock him down though to get him.
Behemoth positioned extremely well here, trying to make room for the bonk, able to get it off. All 3 spells connect, but unfortunately the heavyweight is only level 1, so the stun lock is not able to keep Madman from being able to use the invis.
Right.
You wonder if they were holding dust there, which they were not. You wonder if the kill could have happened had they had it.
They can't chase him down. They don't, because Hag already blinked in to use her spells. Now they know that those spells are used, so they can just do whatever they want, more or less. They want to go on this Pharaoh top, maybe. Fairly deep, but I mean.
Pharaoh just such a hard target, right? I mean, 1800 HP. How do you do it? Especially up to tier 2 with a Nymphora in the game as well.
There's 3 sack zones on that team. Pharaoh, Corrupted, and yeah, and now Corrupted went for a Sackstone as the second item, so he's just building tanky.
Yeah, thank you so much for pointing that out. This is something that I'm noticing a lot of in these games. Sackstone, a very, very popular item in the meta right now. What do you think the explanation for that is?
I mean, people want to play active, death timers goes down, it's a lot of stats.
Yeah, I mean, it does. Yeah, I think you said it best, right? Stats, but also, you know, maybe I should mention that it builds up from one of the best early team fight items in the game, the power supply, right? Always gathering charges in those early team fights or early encounters with the power supply. 400 gold already, so might as well just get some bonus stats and maybe a little bit extra value from the burst heal, because it does increase the healing done. So.
Yeah, for sure. I didn't even know that they changed that, so it builds from the life supply, power supply. That's a really good then. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and I'm curious about the numbers here. Just do my homework here. Yeah, this actually changes the item a lot. Just for those that are aware, if I can get this out before Pharaoh takes some heat in the top of the lane, as he is getting gone on by Pharaoh and a Rally and Engineer, but it's Rally who's in the trouble now. Pays with his life for that attempt on Pharaoh's. So nice little turnaround in favor of Busk. No GG.
Giving Pharaoh his level 2 puzzle box, but yeah, no, the Sackstone, like anything you can keep building on is always good, because then you never waste money, right? Like the Samos going into a Grave Locket, so you never buy something that you're not going to use, you keep building on it.
Wretched Hag tries to go on Pebbles. Glacius kind of hiding behind here, smoked, but you're absolutely right, and it pairs really, really well with, gosh, I'm just learning more and more about this meta and how it's shifted recently. You know, Dawnbringer is a hugely popular item these days, and one reason that might be, one thing that might be responsible for that is the fact that, okay, Madman, Hasted here playing pretty greedy in the Legion jungle, might get caught out by this Wrath of the Pharaoh. Is he in range? The dust comes out. Is the Wrath of the Pharaoh going to come out? No. Pharaoh deciding that he's too far away at that point, so had to interrupt my thought, because Madman is playing really risky there, who does have the finished cleaver. But if I can finish my thought, I'm just thinking about the fact that, you know, Dawnbringer really, really popular because of the way that it synergizes with having the Searing dot applied from direct damage, and Behemoth taking a huge amount of damage from Engineer here in the bottom lane, who now has a portal key, surprises Engineer, who is just probably tens of gold away from finishing his portal key, as he has 1900 after that death. So a tragic story for what you got on Behemoth, just trying to finish that one item that makes his hero function like no other. Not able to get it, so.
Pretty close. And he has this Amos as well, so he can just sit behind and chill a bit. That helps.
He'll get it, but you know, you almost know that Busk no GG is just kind of waiting on him to get it, so just delaying their time just a little bit, giving Madman that extra time to use his cleaver to his advantage for farming, who No doubt, very close to a Shrunken Head if he doesn't have it already. I saw that he did just spend 2,600 gold, so I think he just needs the recipe.
There's the farming item on CD. He has a searing light. Yeah.
Yep, we've got the Searing Light, and yeah, what I was going to say is with Searing Light, the Light Brand mechanic actually heals you from magic damage that you deal. So,
Yeah.
and that healing is going to be buffed by Sacrificial Stone. So,
Yep.
a lot of good things coming out from that build-up item. So,
Hag agrees. He also has the same thing. He has a grimoire.
Finish the Grimoire, and has the healing from the Gnome's Wisdom.
Ooh, top.
Yeah, Rally needs to watch out. The Shrunken Head is finished on Madman, so now that we have a portal key on Engineer and Pebbles, Shrunken Head on Madman,
Pebbles
are we
almost has
waiting?
staff. 200 gold.
Yes.
He has staff.
Good
It's gonna
spot.
be a power spike from that I don't think Legion is ready for.
No, absolutely not. You know, you wonder what's Corrupted Disciple go for here? Does he finish the full Dawnbringer, or does he build into? Watch out, Pharaoh! Trapped in the energy field, trying to walk away, but so much damage. He's able to power supply up, but the last auto attack from Engineer is going to catch him. Nice kill. So this is, you know, if we look at the scoreboard, we look at the stats. This is a very close game. You know, just about 1,500 gold, splitting the gold value between the two teams. You know, same story with the experience. Scoreboard looks really close, but you know, it looks like Daunova Brigada has the upper hand at the moment. They just have all of the items that they need on all the heroes that they want them on. Right? We're still waiting on, very close, but we're still waiting on a finished portal key on Behemoth. And like I said, are we waiting for a Shrunken Head on Corrupted Disciple before we decide to start acting as a team?
He might go for it now. I mean, he can either go for Shrunken, but like Madman and Rally doesn't really care about Shrunken. And one of the sad things about buying Shrunken on the Madman, if you need help from Rally, he's not going to be able to help you. He can't compel you when you have your Shrunken on.
Yes, you're absolutely right. So you wonder if Pharaoh is going to be able to line that up for his team, you know, sees the Shrunken Madman and then just decides to wall him in.
But he has the Mighty Blade. He's going to go for it. Yeah, I was maybe he goes for Shamans instead, just for the stats and just general. But I mean, Shrunken is pretty key anyway for the NG, for the Glaciers, and for the Pebbles. So.
Right. Well, the question I had is, you know, is that Mighty Blade going to be turned into finishing his Dawnbringer, or is he going to steer his eyes away from completing that and then just transition into completing a Shrunken Head?
I think he goes for a Shrunken. He has a tendency of favoring protective items on Busk. It's just the way we see him play usually. He likes it that way. So if I had to bet on something, I'm going to bet on the Shrunken. He has a decent amount of damage with his conduit and stuff as well. So he doesn't probably think that he needs that much damage items anyway.
That's another reason why I kind of favor, obviously, you know, you love to be able to snowball early with a farming item, right? But that's another reason why I kind of just favor building survivability on CD, because he just naturally carries if he's able to get that. But no time to talk about it. Nymphora just gets blasted by Engineer and Rally, both PK onto him, and just doesn't have the HP to be able to survive that by any means.
And we, like, the meta, as you mentioned, like, the meta has become just fight, and we see it because it's 23 kills in 27 minutes. That's it's not a kill per minute, but it's not that far away. Oh, he finished the Dawnbringer.
Yeah.
He'd heard me. He heard me, and he's just doing it.
And he's pretty beefy. You know, it's going to require.
It's a lot of stats.
He can get dropped down, no doubt, by, you know, Pebbles Rally, but it seems like they are going to need to commit quite a number of cooldowns onto him to be able to drop him from 100 to 0, especially on top of these heals. You know, if he's able to stand in a pod or get astroed by...
Maybe the idea is then that if he actually does get caught, he's dead before he gets his Shrunken off, so it's better to have stats.
Madman stealing the Ancients, but gets compelled out quickly by Pharaoh, so just this Rally pick really showing why we don't want to pick Pharaoh into Rally. And Madman going back in because he has the active double damage. Nymphora poured it on him in the back, but Nymphora is just going to drop to a few auto attacks from the double damage Madman. The Pebbles combo comes out on Pharaoh. We've got the bonk onto Engineer, going to quickly drop him. Bat Blast, Glacius off the map, and Pebbles falls as well. So it's a 3-for-1 swing. in favor of Busno GG. Looks like they have the team fight superiority at this point. Nicely played by them. So now, once we were talking about how they seem to be at the disadvantage, now seeming like they might have a different story to tell. Pushing for this top tier 1 tower. No doubt going to fall. Madman ports to the other side of the map, trying to finish another item. He is no longer the top farmer in this game. Wretched Hag stealing that title away from him. 530 GPM. Going to jump up to 550 after this tower kill. Has 4,200 saved up. What item do we go next if we're playing this Wretched Hag in this spot?
That's a good question. She has the gnomes as well, which also heals, right?
I'm thinking, yeah.
So it works with like
Slaske gonna fall in the bottom lane. No time to consider.
No.
Nymphora just falling time after time, but
A deep lane ward from the Hellborn. Saw him. That's a very deep lane ward. I like it. I like those wards that are just placed. They're not placed willy-nilly, but they're placed on the ground somewhere you don't expect the ward to be. They're not going to give us much vision, but they're going to not get countered.
Right.
Which is very nice. And also the part we had earlier, you see the tower. Yeah, so you see if someone TPs.
Yeah, absolutely. A really, really nicely placed ward. You're absolutely right. You know, perhaps more important for a ward, you know, than maximizing the vision gained is to make sure that the vision persists by not getting countered.
Yeah, and some just key vision. So you can have it like on the side of some sort of crossroad in the jungle, and then you can just barely see the crossroad, but that's all you need if you keep your eyes on the minimap. And you asked what Hag's gonna buy? She bought a staff.
And I like it. He's got the first staff for his team, synergizes beautifully with the Grimoire power that he already has, drops that cooldown down to 50 seconds. I think it's, I don't know, I'm not sure what it starts at, but the cooldown is affected by the Grimoire power as well, so really, really strong item for him. Gonna be able to bat blast. Yeah.
Superior is nice. And now we also saw the thing I mentioned, Madman takes Conguard super fast.
Right. But Madman has to watch out this game. That Shrunken Head, no good against this, what looks like it's going to be about 1,000 superior magic damage from Wretched Hag. And so, what do you want to see next from Wretched Hag, who's no doubt going to be farming extremely fast with the setup that he has? Sheepstick, possibly a Shrunken Head of his own. Could give staff. I mean, he's very close to a legacy. Could give staff to somebody like Pharaoh, Corrupted Disciple. Maybe even Nymphora for the combat teleport. You never know.
They have a lot of options. Sorry, yeah. And he has the Whispering Helm as well on the Madman. And again, the Sackstone just works with all of these items. I didn't even see the part that you mentioned about the healing, and then it buffs his healing on his lifesteal. So
I know. You know, whenever I've known that it's existed for a while, right? But you know, oftentimes whenever I consider buying this item, I'm always thinking, yeah, I'm going to buy this item whenever I play Diminished Shaman, when I play Soul Reaper. You know, just heroes that have these, you know, abilities that are already providing healing. You know, it makes sense, right? But you don't need to, because so many of the items in the meta are providing healing as well. But Madman gonna get bonked by Behemoth. A quick Bat Blast is going to make very fast work, and now Glacius also not able to escape. So a quick double kill for Busno GG in the bottom lane, pushing down this tier 2 tower in the bottom lane, no doubt. Going to fall very quickly as it's already on about 20%, 15% HP. Engineer making a stand, but is there anything that he can do? Probably just positioning himself in case they go high ground. Pebbles is smoked for another 16 seconds. Engineer and Pebbles walking forward. Behemoth is porting out. Nymphora, you know, you want to talk about placing some wards that are unlikely to get countered. How about that beauty in between the tier 2 and tier 3 towers in the mid lane?
Very standard.
Nymphora.
Bye.
Yeah, Nymphora going to get caught by Rally. And you're right, it is a standard ward, no doubt.
In Dota, it's a very standard ward, but that's not relevant for here. But yeah, it's a very nice one.
Not that I'm a star player by any means, but I've placed that one before. It's a very, you're right, it is a common ward. I mean, behind, you know, wards behind towers, I feel like It's kind of like what I like about this ward placement coming out that we have seen from Daunova Brigada. We've seen the ward placed in the bottom lane in front of the tier 1 tower, and now the ward that is deep behind the tier 1 tower in front of the tier 2 in the bottom lane. You know,
Yep.
these are less common tower wards that we're seeing, and with a less likelihood of getting countered. So very nicely played.
Yeah, I just know that if I'm playing support on Hellborn, I will be placing and the Legion is pushing my tier 2, I'll be placing a sentry in the middle of that lane right there, because I want to protect, because I'm scared of that type of ward. So we have a way to initiate the. But yeah, it obviously it's a good ward. You see the tower, you see a lot of people crossing back and forth. The other good ward is the one in the jungle that what you got placed. That's the type I was talking about, because you can barely see the crossings of the jungle, but it's far away. Oh, party at the Conqueror.
Nymphora gonna fall again, but Rally, the group chuck comes out, deals a ton of damage. Pebbles walking away. Madman has to fall very quickly. Glacius soon after, and Pebbles trying to make the escape. Engineer just not in position to help his team. Unfortunately, so another 3-for-1 swing. And Nymphora, you know, a horror story for the support, just falling time after time, but I'm sure he's happy with it. I'm sure he's, you know...
Oh, he's the sacrificial lamb. He doesn't care. See now the word
a double bat blast almost, but Pebbles trying to walk away with the Shrunken Head, but taking too many auto attacks, gonna fall. And now Wretched Hag, knowing that Engineer is the only one alive, has the Shrunken Head activated. Engineer throws down the turret, but it's not able to connect with Wretched Hag. Engineer, the lone defender here in the middle lane, as Busno GG starts to threaten this tier 3 defense tower. And what do they have? Glacius and Rally in 5 seconds? Is it enough? Is it enough to stab away this 4-man push? Soon to be 5, as no doubt Nymphora is teleporting into the middle lane. We've got the Symbol of Rage up on Madman.
Yep.
So he's very beefy, but no damage. Not a whole lot of damage sources, as this tier 3 tower is down. The barracks, one more auto attack, but Rally goes on to Behemoth, gets cancelled by the Wrath of the Pharaoh, and a quick kill exchange. Glacius with a nicely placed Glacial Downpour. Wretched Hag blinks on to Engineer, quickly destroys him, and Glacius trying to walk away. Has the Bat Blast dot, gets sniped out by the rocket before he can get into the well. So now it is a second barracks push coming from Busno GG. The buyback from Engineer, trying to make a stand before it gets too bad, but is it too late? Engineer goes in on Corrupted Disciple, who is very formidable. The Shrunken Head is activated on Wretched Hag, throwing in auto attacks, not able to finish anybody off, blinks right back out, just keeping their eyes on this objective, not trying to extend beyond their means. Pebbles with the group chuck on Corrupted Disciple, not even able to bring him below half HP. Pharaoh now making the sacrifice. Pebbles and Madman get connected by a Bat Blast, and they are in a lot of trouble. The healing from the team. Nymphora able to keep Pharaoh up. Isn't enough. He's able to walk away. Madman falling as well, and Engineer, the lone one to escape, and the GG is called. Game 1 taken by Busno GG. In a strong fashion. That lead just getting away. The final lead of the game, 17k gold, 15k experience. Just dominating that game throughout the late stage.
And it's so fun how you said, like, Nymphora dies over and over, but she's such a key component in that, sitting behind them, tossing out stuns, tossing out heals. So good. So good. Doesn't matter